Welcome back. It's that time again. Time for our monthly viewing of scary water pictures and videos. We've been doing this every month for like 6 months now, and before that we were doing it a lot more often, but then I decided to make it a monthly thing, which I think works a lot better. I like to do other kinds of videos too. This is still a fan favorite, as well as something that is always a personal thrill / bad experience for me. But that makes for good entertainment, baby. What can I say? So since it's been 1 month, we can sort the Thalassophobia subreddit by top of the month and get all new stuff. I have one bonus one. Maybe we'll start with the bonus one. So someone sent me this directly. Someone sent this to me on TikTok, and holy smokes, this is the kind of stuff you should expect from today.
Isn't it crazy? Can you imagine polo plunging in that thing?
I didn't even notice it till it was over, but I was like clenching my fists. The scariest moment is when you're already like way down into the dark of the ice and you realize the video's only half over and the camera's gonna keep descending for the rest of the video. It's also like perfect because it pans kind of off to the side right at the very end. So it kind of pans over to the darkness and then it ends. So yeah, thanks for sending that to me. That was really nice of you. You know who would like this? Greg Bro Dude Man would like this because of all these videos of him talking about how he doesn't like this. It's nice that you thought of me. That's all I'm gonna say. It's nice that you thought of me. Beach is closed off to the public due to underwater hazards? What's the underwater hazard? Do you mean just the water hazard? Is there an additional hazard under the water that isn't the water itself? This picture makes it into every video, I swear. It's always the top post for every month. It's kind of a classic. You know, it really is. This is from the Titanic. Fun fact, I've never watched the Titanic. My parents were very, like, protective of, there's maybe a naughty scene in this movie. And it came out when I was, like, little, so I never watched it as a kid. And I really was never interested in watching it as a kid because it's a movie about a boat sinking. That doesn't sound like a good time at all. As an adult, I never went back and watched it. Riding a giant underwater worm. Pyrosoma atlanticum? Like Atlantis?
For all my boys out there, we all know that what we're really looking for is Atlantis, an ancient city filled with treasure.
Dude, no way is this real. This is super fake. There's no way. But it's so overly fake that you wouldn't make this to convince people it was real. It's too specific. The Alaskan bollworm. It's a giant tubular structure made up of billions of little pyrosomes. They just so happen to grow that way and survive, so here they are. It's not one creature. Pyrosomes are made for thousands of tiny organisms, a couple millimeters in size. I don't know how, but that makes it worse. This is just a bananas photo. I don't even know what to say about that. How does stuff like this exist and you don't know about it? You'd think that would be like something you'd learn like the first day of school. Like, okay, we're gonna talk about marine life today. You got fish, you got sharks, and you've got a bunch of millions of little worms that can form a gigantic worm. Just in case you're ever near the ocean, just wanted you to know that that's in there, so just don't go in. I consider creatures like this to ascend from animals to mini-bosses. They're not the low-level creatures that you fight in your usual journey. This is like a significant one. You fight this guy one time, and you have to fight him to proceed to the next level. This is like a Dark Souls boss if Dark Souls happened underwater, which honestly, I would play that game. Why are there not more underwater games? Just take any game concept, put it underwater, and it's 10 times more interesting, and also 10 times scarier. Valheim, but underwater. Hunt Showdown, but underwater. Subnautica, I don't know why. That's already underwater, but imagine it more underwater.
Oh my god. Oh. Whoa, I'm videoing right now. Holy, that's you. We're just
It's just sitting there.
Oh my god. Look at the size of that. Look at him. He could tip the boat over. Look at him.
See? Freaking huge. And they're all like, oh my gosh, he could flip the boat over if he wanted to. It's like, yeah, he could, because they're a lot bigger in real life than you'd expect from pictures. You think, oh yeah, sharks are like, I don't know, this big? Maybe this big if they're adults, but they're like this big. You corroborate the data from seeing pictures of them watching Shark Week and then eating gummy sharks, and you're like, they're somewhere, they're like this big. I don't know. But no, they're freaking big. They're bigger than your boat, probably, if you're just out on a little normal-sized boat. Shark's probably as big as your boat. A house swept to sea by the 2011 tsunami that struck northern Japan. It's just a house in the middle of the water, in the ocean. I don't know if you know this, but when you're in Japan, you're surrounded by ocean. In fact, if you really think about it, every continent is surrounded by ocean. The planet is mostly water. That's what I'm saying. The tint makes me think this is quite deep. Also, an extremely unpleasant encounter. Oh, I think I've seen this. Is this the one where a shark? Yep. Bro. Dude, see how he just freezes for a second there? Right there. He's like, you should be freaking out, but it's just shock. You're like, a shark not only is here with us, but it was behind me, and it just bumped into me with its mouth. Yeah, you gotta think about that for a second. It almost would be a relief because it's like you got the shark encounter out of the way. If it's gonna bump into me and not eat my head off, then it probably doesn't want to. Look at this, slow-mo. It like kind of opens its mouth for a second there. But like the shark didn't see him either for some reason, which I think is funny. Frightening. What a story and what a thing to have on video. The dark blue depths. This is the simplest way to explain this phobia, or just the fear of water in general, and that is this. It just keeps going, and you can't see where it goes. And then you add on to that the fact that you also can't breathe in there, and there's a bunch of fish and creatures and sharks and things that are way bigger than you and way faster than you. And sure, they're not all out there to kill you, but they could, you know? Usually when I talk to someone about like thalassophobia or like the ocean and how I feel about it, usually with me just saying what I think, they're kind of like, oh, I never really thought about that. That is pretty terrifying, isn't it? And then I feel bad because I'm like, sorry to ruin it for you. But like, that's kind of true. You know, I think people that are not scared of it are either just so freaking brave, or they don't care what happens to them, or they just never thought about it before. Suddenly, out of the shadows. Submarines are something I think about often. Being in one. Because you're committed. You're out there, you're underwater, you're in a tube. I can't think of any job worse than that for me. Would you rather go to the moon or go to the bottom of the Mariana Trench? And one of them, you leave the planet and fly to a giant rock essentially that just flies around in space. Right? That should be pretty terrifying. Alternatively, you can just go down on the planet you're already on in some water, a couple miles versus however many miles it is to the moon, which is significantly further. But I would still rather go to the moon. Anyway, moving on. Going through old pics, thought I would drop this here. Bro, they're just chilling, and this dude just chilling. It doesn't even look like they're that far out. What is this? Is this like a, I don't know, front of something? Whoever's taking the picture is standing on whatever this is. But yeah, that's a shark. And sharks are curious creatures. They gotta at least come check you out. It doesn't mean they're gonna come eat you, but they're gonna at least check you out. This massive capsizing ship is easily obscured under what is barely the very surface of the ocean depths. Yeah, another good way to visually show someone what it is that's so terrifying about this. This is a big boat. This is an even bigger boat. This is a huge boat. And it's just disappearing into the water, and this is just the surface of the water. Like, this whole boat can vanish. You would never know it was ever there. Crazy. Literally a river under the sea, feeling like doubling down on your thalassophobia. Is this the Lost River? Is this Subnautica? Is this like a gas? I've seen pictures like this where it's like another layer of something. I don't know. It does look like water though. The Goo Lagoon. Gliese 1214b is a planet located 48 light years away from the sun. It is believed to be 100% ocean, giving it the nickname the Water World. Yeah, I don't like that very much. That would just mean it's ice, right? I don't know enough about the physics of planets to really say anything about this, but I would think that it's kind of like Europa, where it's like miles of ice, and then below that is miles of water, and then there's the core. So maybe it's like that. I don't know. Either way, I don't think I want to go there. Ship adrift, ocean rescue. Yo, there's a little helicopter landing right there. Bro. Wait, did they get him? Can you imagine, dude? Talk about a core memory. You're on a ship, adrift at sea, you get rescued by a helicopter and flown to safety. Like, that's the kind of thing you will remember vividly forever. I used to be afraid of the open ocean, now I do this. Were you really afraid of the open ocean? I'm all for character development and character growth and overcoming your fears. But like, where I'm at with the ocean, this I can say pretty confidently that this could never be me. This could never be me. Because as much as we want to talk about phobias being irrational fears, it's not like we just make up the dangers. It's scary because it's dangerous. Life is dangerous enough, and I've got lots of things I want to do in the rest of my life because I'm relatively young. And like, I drive a car because I need to, and driving a car is dangerous. You know, I'll get on a plane. I eat Taco Bell, kind of a risky thing to do. Just swimming in the open ocean like this, amongst sharks. I could see myself someday going maybe scuba diving in like a reef or something, but not just swimming with my swim trunks in open ocean. That's never gonna happen. No, thank you. In the dark of the ocean. Bro, this photo is missing one thing, and that's Cthulhu just kind of poking his head above the water right here. This buoy bobs on 20 feet swells in the Bering Sea waters of Alaska. 20-foot swells. Thalassophobia videos be like, imagine if this buoy was you. My view from work today? I think that would be cool. If you're on a calm sea and it snows, I think that would be cool. I can't stop thinking about whether it's deeper than the height of the cave walls. Imagine that the water is the middle of the cave. Or worse, you know. Yikes. I don't know if having a light would make me feel better. I don't know if it'd make me feel worse or not, but I don't think it would make me feel better. Surfing in thick fog. Nice. I took a photo of the Caribbean Sea. Nice. Large body of water, check. Vast emptiness, check. Distance from land. What land? What is this? Yeah, probably. I mean, it could be a cliff. This could be an upright photo. But it reminds me of that, like, big, like, what was it? A meteor or meteorite that fell into that lake, and they were, like, down there. It's like just this huge rock. This is what happens when you go 200 blocks underwater in Minecraft when it's midday. Yikes. I know it's Minecraft, but like that kind of does it. That's a lot of water. It's just floating there in the distance. What is? What? Dude, that's like a scene from a horror film. Look at those ghostly tendrils. The tendrils look so much thicker until he zooms in and kind of focuses on them. So then you can kind of see what it is once it focuses in. But every moment up until that point, you're like, what on earth is that? And then once you see it, it's not like you feel better. Dude, that's a crazy video. This image also makes it into like every video we do here. And same with this one. The guy touching the turret with his bare hands skeeves me out. Yeah, don't touch it with your bare hands, dude. Although that's like a different phobia entirely. But yeah, don't. This is not. There's a lot of things wrong with that. An underwater cave in Mexico featuring jagged stalagmites and stalactites. Yikes, yeah. One of those punctures your oxygen tank. Goodbye. Oil rig. A photo we've seen before, but yeah, terrifying all the same. Cenote. Roughly 5,500 feet into the cave. Bro, they're an entire mile into this cave? Dude. An entire mile into a cave. Something goes wrong, you gotta swim for a mile. And that's assuming it's a straight line, which it probably wasn't. That's so crazy. The way he keeps panning over, I just keep expecting to see something. This is the category that falls into someone who's just not afraid. Like, they're professionals, got their gear, bless them. But holy smokes. Dark ocean storm? Gross. Oh, we saw a video from this place, I think last month. And I said I'd like to go here. But I definitely would sit on this side. I wouldn't sit this far up. I don't want to get swept out there. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any game suggestions for me, I kind of want to do, not a series, but I kind of want to do the occasional game on here. Like a specific game. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the Instagram, the Discord, whatever you want. Links are always in the description. And yeah, take care. I'll see you guys next time.